Yo, what is up? Yo, yo, yo. How can we not have an amazing podcast after an intro like that? Let's go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What is up? Welcome to our very first episode. Our very first episode after the first episode of Anthony Stream Show failed. Because I did put that out last year. But you know what? We could pretend that never happened. And we could just start new. And this is the Anthony Stream Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Streamz. If you are new to this channel, I am a gamer, a very bad one at that, and I'm a podcaster, kind of mediocre at that. But you know what? I'm here with a show. You know what I mean? And we got a lot to talk about. It's been hectic. It's been hectic on the social medias over some gaming things. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get to that. We are gonna get to that. But we got a lot of stuff to get through. We're going to talk about games I've been playing. We're going to talk about some news. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl because as the time that I'm recording this, it is 4:37 p.m. in the great old state of Texas. So we got Super Bowl coming up. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Literally hours. I'm recording this hours before the Super Bowl starts. And if I do this right, this will be out on Super Bowl Sunday, the day as recorded. But yeah, social media has been up in arms. So we're definitely going to be getting into a lot of that. But I mean, come on, social media is always up in arms. Whew, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I hope y'all are going to enjoy this show. This is going to be a weekly show. I'm going to record it every Sunday. Hopefully, have it out every Monday is the plan for now. Our very own YouTube show. Yeah. Well, but we'll get to the internet stuff here in a second. I am just coming off of like an entire week of playing video games. I have a family member that had to have surgery, and I've been home taking care of them. So I've not been streaming. I've not been recording for YouTube. I haven't been doing anything but sitting in a bedroom, streaming, helping them move around while they recover, cooking, cleaning, all that good stuff. So this is actually my first day getting back in front of this computer and recording something. Also, I've got to fix my camera situation for the next episode because those wires in the side over there on the camera that y'all are seeing, it's crazy. That's nuts, and we got to do something about that, and that will be done. That'll be taken care of. But yeah, weekend was pretty chill though. The surgery went well. They're recovering just fine. All that's good. It's just mostly just been playing video games for the most part overall. So we'll get into that also as it gets closer to that time. Yeah, other than that, not really not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going on with my weekend. I will say it like let's get the Super Bowl. Let's get the Super Bowl shit out the way. Like let's just do it now. I was gonna save it towards the end. Let's get the Super Bowl shit out of the way. I don't have a lot to say. I'm not a fan of the Chiefs. I'm not a fan of the 49ers. Actually, I don't even like either one of them. Like not even like a little bit. It's not even like, look, I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, right? We go to the Super Bowl twice, we lose them both. Like that's the story of me being a fan. But I usually enjoy watching the Super Bowl because usually it's like, oh, here's the Rams and the Bengals, or I think that's who they played. Baltimore versus this team, Steelers, Cardinals. You know, it's just like, okay, I like these teams enough to sit and watch this. They got players I like. I have zero interest in anything 49ers or anything Kansas City Chiefs. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'll probably be playing the Switch. I got some wings I'm gonna eat. I went and got some cookies, so I'm gonna have wings and cookies for like a little Super Bowl snack, and I'm probably gonna just be playing my Switch. To be all the way honest with you, if it wasn't for Usher performing the halftime, I'd probably record this. Ooh, excuse me. I'd probably record this later tonight and just completely skip the Super Bowl. But we're here, so fuck it. Let's get to it. I'm going to say 49ers win this. I mean, this is tough because it's hard to ever go against Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. But I so badly wanted Detroit and Baltimore. but we obviously aren't getting that. I'm gonna say 49ers pulling over the Kansas City Chiefs just because I guess that's what I want to happen. Like, just give me something different, um, other than Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, I don't know. Disappointing year for me. I feel like just off of social media and just like my friend circle, I feel like everybody's kind of just like, I'm so sick of seeing San Francisco and Kansas City here. Like, just want something new. Like, I feel like the world collectively, we like disagree on everything in life, right? Everything's like this big war of everything. Like, we just hate each other as humans and we can never get along on anything or come to an understanding on anything or come together for any reason whatsoever. But I feel like we all came together for Baltimore and Detroit and they failed us as a whole. So, Detroit and Baltimore, y'all got that on your shoulders right now, and good luck with that. But let's get out of Super Bowl. There's not a whole lot I even want to talk about in that. I got a lot I want to talk about in video games though, um, because I played a lot and there's a lot going on. So we're gonna jump into what I've been playing. Ooh, where do I want to start? Let's go with this Silent Hill short message. Silent Hill short message. It's free on PlayStation if you have PlayStation. You, I am not a horror guy whatsoever. I've never played a Silent Hill game. So, and I didn't get very far in this for obvious reasons. I am super scary, uh, terrified of anything and everything. So this was not my vibe whatsoever. But we did it on my channel twitch.tv/Anthony Streams, which go sub to that, and follow it and hang out and chat and all that stuff. We're over on Twitch. Silent Hill short message. Ooh, I did it for stream. It was very hard to get through. So you walk in. Let's just say this. I won't put any spoilers, and I didn't get far enough to say spoilers. I finished chapter 1. I know you start into this school. I believe it's a school or a building of some sort, a dorm, a school, something like that. You walk in, you got your phone. Your phone's got the light, so that's your flashlight because there's no lights in this place that work. The first thing you do is walk through a couple hallways, and when you get to one, the door opens by itself. It took me 30 minutes to grow a pair of nuts and walk through that door that opened. That's a lot. It deals with a lot of really dark trigger warning stuff that I didn't know was in this game. Once again, never played another Silent Hill game, so I don't know if all Silent Hill games are like this or not. But this one really just kind of it was a lot. So it was once again trigger warning. It was a lot about self harm. A lot of self harm happening in this game. Very big part of the story, if not the entire story. That was a little weird to try to get through. It's just not I was gonna say not my vibe. I guess it's not really anybody's vibe, but I guess like I don't know. I don't like seeing it or just like especially when you start getting towards are you mocking it, which I'm not saying this game did. I think the game was telling a very interesting story actually, which we'll get to, but just sitting and watching stories based on that kind of stuff, it's too personal and too real for me for a lot of different reasons. So not really something I prefer to sit and listen to a entire story about. Um, but the story, like as far as chapter 1, once again, I've only done chapter 1, so I can't tell you much about the entire thing. But in chapter 1, they were telling a lot of interesting things about people and their depression and anxiety and mental health when it comes to social media, like checking your likes and your comments, and which I'm guilty of as a content creator. I'm definitely guilty of. Before I was a content creator, didn't really care too much. Now that I'm a content creator, I'm just like, oh, I don't have this many followers, I don't have this many likes, I don't have this many comments, or oh, I posted this and nobody said anything, or just like you have all those things that go through your mind as a content creator that really affect my mental health on an everyday way in a very unhealthy way that I need to do better about. But they speak to a lot of that and people transitioning over things like social media because of comments and not having enough likes, things like that. So it actually got really, it's almost very Black Mirror-ish, which was like, this is so real, and we also make it very horrific because it is very horrific things when it comes to social media and anxiety and depression and all that kind of stuff. So um overall, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to it. I got to chapter 2, and funny thing, as soon as the game started, well, not the game, I'm sorry, as soon as chapter 2 started, you go right back into the area, to the beginning of the area, which I won't say why for any spoiler reasons. And this time through, when you walk through the school, the flashlight on your phone dies, so you have no light. And I said, yeah, this is where I stop. But man, the game, it leaves you. It's one of those games where like there's not very many jump scares. It's more of like every time you turn a corner, you're like, oh my god, I know something's standing behind this corner, and I'm so fucking scared to walk past it. That's what a lot of my thing with. It's dark, and there's just like the camera, the way the rooms are set up is just like, okay, here's a bookshelf, and you can't see what's over the bookshelf. You gotta like walk and then go around the bookshelf, and you're just like, oh man, something's gonna be standing like right there just waiting on me. um Whew. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough for me. I will say that I think I got myself more scared than what the game actually was in chapter 1. I can't stress that enough. I've only played chapter 1. I got myself more scared than what it like actually was. So I mean, I don't know. Take for that what you will. It seems like it's got a pretty interesting story. For me, I don't do horror very well. Once again, the self-harm thing is just something that's kind of triggering for me personally. So it's just something I don't know if I want to sit through an entire game listening just to that story alone. It's just trigger warning for anybody who may be going through that. If that doesn't trigger you like that, then I mean, I'd say go for it, especially if you're a Silent Hill fan. It's a free game. It's free on PlayStation. If you want to try it out, try it out. uh Yeesh, not for me though. For a lot of reasons. I do think the game looked really cool. It kind of like when you see the monster that I won't get into details about what it looks like, but when you see the monster, you kind of calm down a lot more of like, oh, this isn't that scary. Like once you see it, it's almost like, oh, who is that? I guess it's like Jeepers Creepers in a way. I don't know if Jeepers Creepers is the one I'm thinking of, but he's also a good one. It's kind of like, okay, once you see what the thing looks like, you're like, oh, okay, this isn't like the worst thing ever. Like it just looks kind of dumb. Like the thing doesn't look that terrifying. Like if you were watching like The Nun or something like that, where just looking at the nun terrifies me. That's how I kind of feel about the monster in Silent Hill short message. Once you see it, you're like, okay, this thing, okay, it's not that terrifying. Uh, but yeah, I wish I could have played a little more and maybe possibly go back to it. I could see it happening. But if it did, it'd probably be on stream because I don't want to sit and do that by myself. So I could see it doing it over on stream. That could be a thing I get into. But yeah, once again, it is free on PlayStation Plus. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm sorry, not even PlayStation Plus. Even if you don't have it, I'm sorry, correction. If you don't have PlayStation Plus, but you have a PS5, you can still play it. You just go into your games and download it. It's completely free. So shout out to that team. I know they have like a Silent Hill remake. Is it Silent Hill 2 remake, I believe, coming out? And I know people who are into Silent Hill are really excited about that. I'm probably gonna watch somebody stream it on Twitch or yeah, Twitch. Um, but yeah, something I definitely won't be playing. It's not my thing, not my cup of tea for Silent Hill. So yeah, I got into that. I also have been getting into where do we want to go? Madden. Let's talk about Madden. I've been doing a lot of Madden 23, so I will not buy Madden at all, because I think that they like I think they're extremely lazy with putting that game together. It's been like I got it on Game Pass. Let me clarify this. I got it on Game Pass. Madden 23. It's the old Madden. It's not Madden 24. Madden 23 was on Game Pass. I downloaded it. I was like, I'll play it for free. I'm just not buying it. And I don't have a lot to say about this because this game came out like a year and a half ago or whatever. And it's Madden 23. Here's what I will say. I just literally yesterday, that's Saturday. Um Madden 24 came to Game Pass, and I fucked around and downloaded it. And Madden 23 to Madden 24, the amount of like things that do not change is just like, it's not even like try to hide that it's not the same game. It's literally like at the bottom where they have like if you're doing a franchise mode at the very bottom where it's like this team versus this team, here's the score because you're doing your franchise mode and they're showing you what every other team uh is doing record wise and in their games. This team is winning 32-12. Like they just show you at the bottom, almost like a real life ESPN tracker at the bottom of the screen. It's the exact same tracker as the one before. Like everything, like I'm just like moving from Madden 23 to 24 within a week because, like I said, I just got Madden 23 downloaded from Game Pass. Madden 24 came out, and like when you like transition over, I feel like I'm still playing Madden 23 all the way around. Like almost like very little feels different to me. And as far as look wise, everything looks the exact same. It just looks like on my Carolina Panthers roster, instead of Cam Newton being on there because I went and picked up Cam Newton from free agency, Bryce Young is here and Cam Newton's not in the league at all because he's not here anymore. So I don't know. It's crazy. It just reminded me. I'm not saying nothing new here. We all know this. It's just reminding me of why I don't buy Madden. It's fun for just like I want to play some football games. Uh, so like I'll just pop on Madden and just play a game. But man, I had a play where, and you can catch this over on my YouTube shorts. This one's Madden 23. I'm running the ball with Chuba Hubbard from Carolina. He breaks for like 15 yards. Decides to stop running, like almost like he went out of bounds or like was tackled or whatever. He just like, or pushed out of bounds basically. It's almost like he was pushed out of bounds or ran out of bounds or whatever, because he just stops, turns around and starts walking back with the ball. Even though I'm pressing up on that analog stick and trying to get him to run, I'm just like, go, what are you doing? He's just like, no, fuck that. We're done. Turns around and starts walking backwards. And then like his brain just like his AI computer brain just like clicks. And he's just like, fuck, I'm supposed to be running. And he turns around like he wants to start running again. And I just get tackled by like 4 or 5 different defenders. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't know. Weirdest things. Like, they just, the glitches, and it's just such a fucking broken game. But I do like that it exists on Game Pass because it's like, if you just want to play a football game with your friends, like who fucking cares? It's not that deep. I didn't pay for it, so like I know I'm shitting all on 23 and 24. I didn't pay for them, so like that's exactly how I would play. It's just I want a sports game. I want to get on here, play a game of football, and be done with it and use it whenever I want to use it. And it's probably gonna do some dumb shit, and they're gonna be lazy and not add anything new to it. It's gonna be the same shit it's been the last 8 years. But I could pick the Carolina Panthers with whatever updated roster, and I could play a game or two and just have a good time doing that. So that's what I've been using it for. And I think that's why it fits best on Game Pass. And I think NBA 2K and MLB, which MLB is on Game Pass, but NBA 2K should probably be doing that. Every game that's just like, here's the same fucking game that we put out every single year, and nothing's going to fucking change in it except for like a few skins and characters, then like just throw them on Game Pass. So at least I'm not paying $70 for a game that's the exact same shit as what I was just playing. Like, so yeah, that's where I'm at on my Madden. So I've downloaded Madden 24, and just like I still feel like I'm playing Madden 23. So worst case scenario is I didn't buy it; it was free, and I'm still playing Madden 23 with an updated roster. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with Madden. Let's jump to some shit that I'm happy for. And which, don't get it twisted, I am happy playing Madden 24 because, like I said, I just like playing a football game every once in a while. Not the biggest sports guy like I used to be, either video game or just watching. Like I used to be so into sports games and the actual like NBA games and NFL games, just watching them on TV. I'm just not that anymore. I guess time wise, you gotta pick something gotta take a back burner when you're a content creator, guys. Like, you play games all day. My other thing is wrestling. I love wrestling, as you can see with my Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero shirt. And I also like to watch anime, and I like anime just a little more than I like sports. So like I barely have time to watch anime, but when I do have like a day of just like I can watch something, it's probably gonna be anime. And then like sports is just like I missed the entire season of NFL, but I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl because fuck it, it's the Super Bowl. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let's jump to one that I'm looking at my list here of what I've been playing. I have been putting in a shit ton of animals in Animal Crossing. Did I say animals? A shit ton of hours in Animal Crossing. Um, wow, that game is fun. Wow. Animal Crossing is a lot of fun. And I'm super late. I completely get that. I know there's somebody listening to this. It's just like, what the fuck is up with this dude? I know I'm years late. Animal Crossing is a lot of fun. And I'm going to give you the 2024 review that you have heard a million times because everybody has already played this game. And I'm not going to say anything different from what you've already heard. The starting out Animal Crossing, I hate it so much because it's so slow and boring. And it's slow and boring because you're so limited. And once again, I'm so sorry. This is such a rehash of what everybody already knows. So I'll get through this quickly and then get to the shit that I'm loving right now in Animal Crossing. Like, for anybody who hasn't played it, that's who I'm talking to here. You get the game and they're just like, hey, uh, how about we get you a house? But to get this house, I'm going to give you the loan for it and you need to pay it off. But to pay it off, you got to do a whole bunch of stuff to make that kind of money. But you can't do that kind of money because you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this. So you can't go here to get this. And you're just constantly like, okay, you can't go anywhere or do anything yet because you don't have it yet. And it takes a day to do anything. So if you're just like, I want to build this bridge so I can get across the island. Well, yeah, we could build the bridge, but you need $280,000 up front for them to buy to pay for the bridge. So until you can pay for that bridge, you're going to be using a stick that they give you to literally like dump into the to the water and like jump across to the other side of the island. Like there's just everything is so limited until you get the little thing that you need to get to the other side or to get here or to get there. And so money's coming in extremely slow. So nothing's building, but you love like what's going on in the game. Like you love everything about the game and you want like you're just like, oh, I'm having a good time doing this, I'm having a good time doing that. But once again, you're limited on how often you can do it because that's the way the game is made. So it starts out extremely slow. It's still extremely slow for me. I will say I have an amazing friend. Shout out to Keeper CGC. She's a Twitch streamer. Shout out to her. Amazing friend. Last night I'm sitting around playing Animal Crossing. She messages me and she's just like, "Hey, I'm going to come to your island. I'm going to drop off $11 million and a whole bunch of clothes." So like now, which is what I want to be doing so bad right now, is playing Animal Crossing. But I'm here with you. I got $11 million in my account. I'm upgrading my house. Like I'm just like building bridges. I'm just like everything's rolling. Once you start making money in the game, things start moving at a much quicker pace. You're able to do more things like, oh, look, give me a bridge to here, give me this to this, give me this to this. And then you start getting your clothes because now I have a clothes shop that's in there and they're selling better clothes. And now because I have $11 million, I can afford them. Like it's just all this stuff that like I'm so excited about with Animal Crossing. Like everything that I was happy about, like the dressing. Like I want to start joining some. Like I got some friends who do fashion shows and all that. I got my dude. Yeah, like we're ready. Like I now that I got the money, I can get like the clothes. Like I'm fresh, ready to hit them runways. Like there's so many cool things you could do once you have the money to start doing these things. But it just sucks if you don't have anybody. It can take you God knows how long to finally start opening up those events and activities. Um, it goes by really like I think you'll have a better time if you have friends or get a part of a community or anything like that with Animal Crossing where people share things and give each other things. It's like here's these clothes, here's this shirt, here's this money, here's this. Like now that somebody's given to me, I want to give back to other people that are playing Animal Crossing. The only problem is everybody has already been playing Animal Crossing for years, so there's really nobody for me to help out very much. Like none of my friends are into Animal Crossing. They don't give a fuck about Animal Crossing whatsoever. So, but if I do meet new people trying to get into Animal Crossing, I'm definitely gonna reach out like they did for me. And man, I can't stress enough how fucking bad I want to play that game. Animal Crossing is so much fun, and now that like I've got the money and everything, like she gave me a whole ATM to put in my house, and just like I got all the money in there. I'm just walking in like big shit on campus and just like build a bridge here, peasant, build a house here, peasant, like give me more rooms, peasant. Like I'm like the real fucking king of the the island here. So yeah, Animal Crossing it's my favorite game right now. I'm losing so many hours in it. Even when I was at the beginning and there wasn't a lot to do, I was waking up every single morning and just like, okay, the areas of this island I can get to, I'm gonna do the same thing every day. Go and shake peaches off of trees, go and collect branches, go and build this, go and build that, go and like it's like you had that you could do and probably got like maybe 2 3 hours of doing that before it's just like, okay, there's really nothing else I can do at the moment right now. So I guess I'm taking a break. I'm done for a bit. But you could also do things like go fishing, but once again, limited. So when you go fishing, you get so many fish you get so many reels before your fishing pole breaks and you're like, okay, now I got to go get the materials to build another fishing pole. So it's just like it's a constant go and that's what I was doing. Just like, okay, do a whole bunch of fishing. My fishing pole broke. I would usually gather enough material to build like 3 of each thing. So it's like, okay, I'm just strictly going to do fishing. And then I would just fish until I broke 3 fishing poles and I'd either go get the materials to build more or I would just like be done because the resources are also limited. So like for the fishing pole, it may be twigs. I could be getting this wrong, but I think it's probably like 5 twigs or branches or whatever to build it. And then you can run out of like I don't remember if it's this is a bad example because I don't remember if you can run out of branches, but you can make things that like that you need stone for. So you would go up to like the rocks and you'd hit them with the little axe until like rocks pop out. You only get so many out of that rock, and once it's done for 24 hours. You're done for the day until the following day. So you can go around the whole island and just collect rocks by hitting those things. But once you're collect stones by hitting those rocks, but once you're done, like once you're out, you're out. Like you can't do anymore. So your day is over whether you want it to be over or not, which was the problem for me with this game in the beginning. It's just like it's over. I can't collect any more stone. I can't do this because I don't like I can't build what I need to do fishing or to chop down trees or whatever the fuck you want to do. You can't do it because you ran out of resources on your island. So like you're limited whether you want it to be or not. Otherwise, other than that, you can just walk around your island and just imagine having fun on it, you know? Like, but yeah, it's doing good. Anybody who wants to get into it, I would say it's never too late because here I am in 2024 giving you a review on Animal Crossing. But it's never too late, and definitely join a community of people that are into Animal Crossing and see if people are willing to help out in any kind of way. Um, all right, I got 2 more games here. Let's go Helldiver 2. Helldiver 2, I wasn't planning on playing, right? So I told myself at the beginning of this year because last year I spent way too much on video games because video games were amazing last year. And I spent a shit ton on video games. And I said, I'm not going to do that this year. This year, I'm going to do a lot of traveling. I'm hopping on planes. I'm going to different cities and states. And I am not spending that kind of money on video games. And I've fought and I've fought and I fought because Like a Dragon is out. Infinite Wealth, I did not buy it as bad as I want to. It's probably going to be my favorite game this year. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out, and I'm kind of like, I don't really want to buy it. I do want to buy it, but I don't want to buy it. I want to buy it, don't need to buy it. That's my problem. Just like I get these games maybe a little later in the year. If that, if they have to wait a year, possibly wait a year. I told myself we're not doing all that this year, right? And I didn't think it would be an insane year, especially after what we got last year. I was like, there's no way it tops that. So Helldivers 2 comes out, and my friend is telling me he wants me to play Helldivers with him, but I'm just like, dude, I don't even know what Helldivers is. Never played the first one. I just don't really have any interest in that. Just from what I've seen, it's like, oh, okay, it's a bunch of guys that land on a planet and shoot a bunch of fucking aliens. It's like, what are we doing? Like, I just don't like. I'm cool. Like, I don't need this. Um, but my friend did what he sold me on a way that's the easiest to sell somebody on anything in life, which is I'm gonna pay for it for you. And god damn it, when you tell me you're gonna buy it for me, I can't fucking say no to that. So fuck it. He's buying me Helldivers 2. Sends me the money. I get it on PlayStation. We're playing together. No. First night, he couldn't play with me because he was going to a wedding. So I downloaded it. He didn't think it'd get done that quick downloading. He was like, I'm not gonna be able to do it tonight. Brother's got a wedding. So he's headed to the wedding. I'm just like, well, I guess he said, I don't know this to be a fact. He said that I think that the intro and the first mission you gotta do by yourself. So did the intro, the tutorial, the first mission, and I instantly after the tutorial part. No. Okay, hold on. What grabbed me was the intro. Because at first I'm thinking another game, land on a planet, shoot a bunch of aliens. What do you fucking do? Not that fun. This game is funny as shit, yo. For anybody who knows nothing about Helldiver, which is moi, I know absolutely nothing about Helldiver at all, and I don't know if the first one is the same way. I'm just assuming it is. The comedy in this game is crazy. So like even in the intro, it starts out with this like guy. It's like doing this real political looking commercial thing, and he's just I don't know having the time of his fucking life and his wife and kids are sitting there just waving, and then this big fucking alien just comes down and just murders his whole fucking family in front of him. But it's like a whole commercial. So the dude that's just like, oh my god, my wife and kids, like it just kind of like pauses the commercial and he walks out and just starts talking. It's that type of shit. I'm just like, oh my god, that's what I wanted. Give me some comedy because I don't need another fucking Destiny, which this game is nothing like Destiny, but I just mean like just the whole I'm out here with a little suit on and I'm shooting fucking aliens and dead things or whatever the fuck it is. Like it's just I thought it was gonna be a serious thing, just kind of like I don't know, like the type of game you picture people from Call of Duty doing, like it's just that type of shit. I just stereotyped the shit out of the Call of Duty people. My bad, y'all. Um, uh, yeah. So I get in there and I'm just like, okay, the intro got me because it's hilarious. And then just like when you're going through the tutorial and then you start your first mission, like you just realize, oh, this is so fucking funny. I love that when you get on your ship. This is not funny. Let's not get canceled here. But I love when you get on the ship, like the people on your ship are women too. I'm just like, oh, this isn't like a boring ass, oh, here we go on my ship and I got this white ass commander guy looking guy from like fucking Halo or something. It's just like this chick with a bald head and you're just like, oh, this is so fucking cool. Like there's just so many, like everything is just so different from what I assumed it was going to be. Like just like some super white military shit, which is, like it's already put it that way, but that's just what I thought it was gonna be. But I don't know. The comedy is great, man. The comedy is great. When you get down there and the aliens start killing you, they just make like every time they're hitting you, your character's like screams and shit are just like it's so fucking ridiculously over the top. Like I don't know. It's so I don't even know what to say because it's so different from what I thought it was gonna be, and I was so glad to be wrong. Also glad I didn't pay for it. I know it's crossplay. I got it on PlayStation. It's on Steam and Xbox. Um, I did run into issues. So okay, I'll bring it up here on Steam actually. Possibly if my Steam is working. And now that like I'm live, it may just like shit the bed on me. Okay, let's look up Hell Divers 2. Gotta put your birthday in because they want to make sure you're a real man, not a little boy. View page. All right, let's make sure that's muted. So I want to look at the reviews, which are mostly positive, because I did read the reviews before I purchased the game. And somebody left a comment that said good game. Wish I had friends. I feel that, dude. Remember when games were fun? This is fun. I agree with that 100%. There's like some of these are really good reviews on these, but even the bad, there were some bad that I agree with. There's a couple of people in here complaining about the matchmaking. I haven't had matchmaking issues. We have had issues where we were trying to do a mission and it was just like, no, fuck out of here. And it was just like, okay, we're not getting in the game, I guess. There was also one where we like were in the game, like about to drop, and they were like, fuck out of here again. And we was like, oh, okay. So we had one where we didn't even leave the ship. Like he put it in the mission and we're just standing waiting, and it was just like, no. Just flat out, just no. No. Then we had one where we got into the ship or into the little capsule. I forget what the fuck they call it. Whatever the little shit is that comes flying down. We were in that, and right when we get down there, we hop out of our little capsule and we're just like, yeah, we're here, ready to fuck some fucking aliens up. You know what I mean? And you get to like walking like a step, and the game's like, fuck out of here, right? Kicks us both out. We did have those issues. We also had this game is really fun, but the constant disconnections are ruining the game for me. Once this is fixed, I'll change my review to positive. That's where I had a lot of issues with the game disconnecting. Uh, it happened to me twice. Once was during the tutorial, right after the tutorial. I got through with the tutorial. Right after the tutorial, you end up on your ship, and as soon as I got on the ship, the whole game just crashed. And I just told myself, like, I mean, the tutorial's not hard, but it was already late at night. It was like 12 a.m. when I finally turned this game on to play. And I was just like, if I gotta, it's like, it's 12 a.m. If I gotta do the tutorial again, I'm just not gonna do it today. It'll get pushed back until my friend's ready to play this, because I just don't want to do a tutorial again. Once again, it wasn't like tough or very long. It was just like, it's 12 a.m. I already did a tutorial. I don't feel like doing it again. But I rebooted the game back up and it put me right back on the ship. So that worked out. And I got to play my first match, my first mission. And then I tried to do a second mission and the game just like completely crashed again. And I was like, okay. So we got disconnected, me and my friend twice, and crashed twice. I'm sorry, crashed twice from me solo. And then I also got kicked from his matchmaking when we were already on the ship and we were sitting there waiting for the mission, and it just kind of kicked me off. So we had that issue too. But overall, we got a pretty good amount of games in, and we didn't like, for the most part, didn't have a lot of matchmaking problems. Like it happened. It wasn't like super OD or anything like that. Looks like most of these are positive reviews, which is really good because the game is fun. Hopefully they get the crash and everything fixed. Like the game just came out a few days ago, so possibly everything on here gets fixed. Looks like everybody's saying pretty much the same thing. This person said they had 0 crashes over 5 hours of gameplay. That's dope. I think my friend didn't have any, like, the game completely crashing. Once again, when I got into his, like, we got kicked out of some things, but like as far as his whole game just crashing and the whole thing just turning off, I don't think he had that issue. I had it twice, and I was playing on PlayStation, so I don't know if it's any different. Like maybe people on Steam had it worse. I'm not sure, but like I can only speak for the PS5 version that I played once again, and it crashed on me twice. The only other thing, most of what I'm seeing is the same thing. People saying like crash issues and stuff like that. I'll get into a little bit of the gameplay here. Just scrolling through real quick just to make sure. Yeah, everybody's kind of saying the same thing. The thumbs downs are pretty much saying the same things, and the thumbs up are pretty much saying the same things I just told y'all. Okay. Yeah. We're done with y'all's reviews, okay? We're done with that. Okay, so as far as like the actual gameplay goes, when I got really excited when I got down there, and like the people talking and stuff is very comical, and it was just a good time. I was having so much fun. I'll say the bad, which we've said a little bit, which is like the game crashing and things like that. The game is hard as fuck. Like it is not easy in solo mode for me. Maybe I did see in some of the reviews I was reading the other day, like some people were saying it's not that hard in solo. I don't know, maybe you're a fucking gaming wizard and that's not a problem for you. It's pretty tough. So like you have like a shit ton of like those alien bugs that look like giant praying mantis and ticks almost. Like I don't know, they look like fucking gigantic bugs. Like they're aliens and look like gigantic ticks. And they are tough. Like and they come at you in swarms. So if you're by yourself, like a swarm of them can come and you're just like with your gun trying to shoot them. You have like these I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they're called, but they give you these like almost like capsule things. I call everything a fucking capsule. But like one of them's like if you throw this, will give you this what is it, a fucking machine gun. And so like, but you gotta throw it, right? And then you gotta wait for it because they're dropping it down to you, right? Your machine gun's coming down in Helldiver style, baby. And it'll just drop down wherever you put it to drop. Now, if you are standing right under it, it's gonna blow you up too. The plus side to it is if you throw it like near the giant aliens, um, it'll hit them like a missile too. So it's like coming down just boom. You know what I mean? Like big explosions. That's how a big explosion sounds in my mind. Is boom. That's what it sounds like. Um, um. So yeah, you got that, but like it's not a quick thing to do, and with the amount of things swarming at you, like it's hard to get that. Like you got to time it perfectly, and well, perfect is a pretty strong way to say that. You got to time it. You got to time it well, because like as a last minute like as a last minute defense, it's not going to work well because like if you're already getting your ass whooped, you're surrounded by like 30 of these fucking things, and you throw that, it's going to take way too long to get down to you. So they have one that's for ammo because you will run out of ammo. You don't like well, you can't collect ammo off the ground, but I mean it's got to be near you. It's not like Fortnite where it's just like you could be walking and it's right there. Like it's kind of like it's around the map. You'll usually know because it's like a little campsite or whatever, and it's like okay, here's ammo and shit from whoever was staying here. But it's not really like Fortnite where you could just be walking down the street and there's ammo laying on the floor and you just pick it up. So because it's not like that, you have like the little capsule that you could throw, and like ammo will come down, ammo and health, and but once again, it's like if you're already in the thick of the shit, like it's really hard to get that off. You also have one to revive your friend. So let's say you're playing in groups, and my friend dies. I can throw one of those capsules to bring him back. You just kind of need to once again get away from all the little alien bug things. You want to make sure you put them in a good spot. Uh, we'll get more to the co-op stuff in a minute. But yeah, so if you're playing on hard, like you'll have like 3 missions of like, okay, shut down, like go exterminate all the giant alien eggs. And but when you get over there, those alien eggs are like pretty much defended by like there's these caves that these things are coming out of. So you need to throw bombs down in those and blow them up so that they can't keep coming out. So you're trying to blow all those up so that you're limiting how many of those things are coming at you. You also got to kill all the eggs and worry about the swarm of enemies. And that's the big problem, y'all. It's not like Resident Evil where you go into a room and there's maybe 1 or 2 zombies, you got to kill them, blah blah blah. Now let me do what I do. This is you got swarms coming after you while you're trying to do the missions that they give you to do. Like it's a lot to do for one person. So like I got in there and I died over and over and over and over and over, and I completed the mission, but I didn't like truly complete the mission because like I did what I was told to do. I never made it back to the aircraft ship thingy to head back up. So sometimes like that part I haven't really figured out yet because I haven't played enough of it. Uh, but like that part I haven't truly figured out. Like I guess if sometimes if you complete the mission but you just don't make it out, you still complete it, you just get less rewards, I think is how it works. But if you die without completing what they gave you to do, like without completing the task fully, you completely fail the mission. That sounds like that's how it goes. Uh, so yeah, doing it solo can be very difficult. I'm gonna fuck around in it some more and try to get better at it. But I mean, starting out it's pretty fucking tough. So yeah, we did duos. I didn't play in full groups of 4 or nothing like that because it's just me and him and our friend group that have it. His brother actually convinced him to get it, and once again, he convinced me by buying it for me because look, I'm easy out here, okay? You buy me shit, I'm yours, baby. Whatever you want, just buy it. And like, I'm not gonna turn it down, I promise. Um, I can dislike something, and the second you're like, yeah, but I'll pay for it. I'm like, okay, I'm in, and then I won't complain because it was free. That's why my review of this is so much better. Review of this is so much better because I didn't pay for it anyway. But if I spent $70 on Helldiver, which is not 70, it's like $40. But if it was 70 and I spent $70 on this game and it was crashing like it did, and we had like I'd be a little more upset than like, oh, okay, it was a gift, so it's fine. It can crash. It's cool. But anyways, me and him got into duos, and we played till like, oh man, 2 in the morning last night. Uh, Such a good time too. And like, it's so much better with friends because one, you're like bullshitting and laughing, and we're laughing at all the comical shit that's going on in the back, and just having a good ass time. We're not gaming pros or anything like that, but if like you go into groups of like four, this would be hard to do in twos because it's like I was gonna say like you have so many different tasks, but you kind of need them doing together if you're in solos because you don't want to leave somebody by themselves with a whole shit ton of like a flood of aliens. So like you kind of stick together and do the task. If you got groups of four, you can kind of split up. Like, hey, us two will do this, them two could go do that, or you could do them like together. Like you'd probably get through it so much quicker that way too. You just like the four of you do this and that. So you can either split up or keep it together, however you want to do it. But um in duos, we decided to just stick together and do everything. We failed quite a bit of missions. We passed quite a bit of missions. It was fine. Um, but yeah, I know like as far as like the capsule things that drop down, one of them is ammo, which if you do that in a group, the group can all use that one. So like I don't have to use my ammo capsule. Uh, he can throw his, and I can use the ammo that's on that also. Uh, there's also the machine gun. As far as I know, I don't want to say that because I don't know it to be true. I don't know if like if I throw the machine gun and if he can grab it. Like I don't know if I could throw it for him. Uh, I don't know for sure about that. There's also one that's like an airstrike. So if you see like a flood, you could throw that airstrike at them. Just make sure you're pretty far away so it doesn't hit you too, and it'll come down and hit like a big bomb and blow up a couple of them. So that one's always pretty fun. We usually do that when we're up high and we see them coming from a distance. We'll chunk it pretty far and um, it'll hit a few of them that way, knock them out. Um, there's got to be the revival one. That's why I tell you, where if your friend dies, you can bring them back. Just make sure you put them back in a good spot and try to get away from the aliens when you do any of these. So like it's funny because like at first I was doing this like fucking like a quarterback in the NFL. Like when you start scrambling, that's me. Like they're all coming near me, and I'm just turning around and I just Hail Mary it, like turn around, just Hail Mary it. And that's usually when they throw an interception. That's what I was doing for just like the dumbest shit. I'm just like, all right, man, I'm about to bring you back right now. And you just turn around and just chunk it. It's just like he revives in front of a whole bunch of aliens, and I died because like I didn't run away from them. Like I just turned around and chunked a fucking Hail Mary and threw an interception. So like, like yeah, you just gotta like turn around, run as far as you can, and try to bring them back in a safe place. And that's I don't know, just overall, just have a fun time. That's how I look at this game. I think it's one of those games that's hard for me to give it like strong critiques or like strong review things. It's hard for me to do any of that because that's not in my arsenal anyways. Like let's be real, I'm not a journalist. I don't know shit about shit. I judge everything based on how much fun I'm having. But I feel like there's some games like Elden Ring where I'm just like, oh, okay, this is like a 10 out of 10 because of this, and I like this, and they did this awesomely, and they did this. This is just a game that's just fun, and I feel like that's something we're missing in video games. It's just fun. I feel like it captures that moment of just like, especially with friends. I can't stress enough. It's still fun. It's just difficult to shit on your own, but with friends, it is fun. Like it's just y'all are in there just having a good ass time. You're relying on each other. There is something that I think is fun about the game. I don't see this as a knock. I haven't heard anybody use it as a knock, but for me, I think this is fun. There is friendly fire, so me and my friend would be like in the thick of shit, and I accidentally killed him quite a bit of times too. And it's just like fuck. I keep forgetting that's the thing, but I like that because it makes it a little more challenging. It makes it a little more fun of just like, oh, I could be shooting. He'll be shooting a monster and I run right through his bullets and die because in my mind I just keep forgetting this isn't fucking Fortnite. Like you can die running into the ammo. So we got a lot of friendly kills off. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, man, oh my god, I love Helldiver. I hope everybody listening to this goes and gets the game and plays it. It is so good. I'm gonna be playing it on my stream on Monday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, over on twitch.tv/Anthony Streams. Can't stress that enough. Go follow that. Really though, we got to get these likes. Actually, we got to get the likes and subscribes up on here too. So if you're not subscribing, hit that sub button. Also, hit some likes. We need the likes. We need the comments. We need all that, guys. I'm a failing YouTuber right now. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Do I have anything else to add to Helldiver 2? Once again, a lot of fun. I don't know if I explained the game well enough. Like I said, you drop down onto this earth. Basically, the whole slogan is like the that you're the last line of defense for this planet that I'm guessing is America. I don't fucking know. But you you land down there, you just do whatever the tasks are that they give you, like blow up all the eggs, do this, kill this many of them, kill the fucking boss alien thing running around. Like they'll just give you a shit ton of tasks. Not even a shit ton, I'm sorry. Like 2-3 tasks where I'm at in the game, 2-3 tasks. Go down there, knock them out or die trying, one or the other. Helldiver 2 really good. Okay. Trying to think if there's any last thoughts on Helldiver before before I jump out of there. Uh no. Okay. I think we're done with Helldiver. You know what the hardest thing about podcasting is? The hardest thing about podcasting, other than the intro, which I think I've been doing content creating since 2020. All right. It is February 11th, 2024, and I still can't give you a fucking intro because it is hard as shit to do. Um, the hardest thing about podcasting, I'm sure this is like the most exciting thing. People who aren't content creators, like I'm sure y'all are just so excited about hearing this. So I'll make this quick. The hardest thing about content creating is remembering everything you want to say about a game, because like while I'm playing it, I just have all this shit going through my mind of like, oh yeah, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about this, and then when you sit down, it all just goes, it's gone. Also, I have no memory. Like my mental, it's fucked. Can't remember what I wore yesterday. So how I get on here and just freestyle like I do. This is the first time I've ever had notes. So like, finger clap for me. I never have notes. Like anytime I've ever done anything, I just get on here and just run my fucking mouth. Another reason why I'm a failing YouTuber probably. So I took the steps and I have a layout of shit I want to talk about, right? And I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm not gonna be like one of those content creators that just act like everything's perfect and like they don't have shit over here. Like, no. If you see me looking to the side, I'm looking at my fucking notes because I don't remember what the fuck I'm talking about. Probably what I should do is just add notes to the games that are on here. Like I have like what I've been playing, Helldiver 2. Don't even have notes for it. Just letting you, just so I don't forget to talk about Helldiver 2. Had a good time. All right, let's get out of that because I'm sure y'all don't give two fucks about that at all. Last but not least on my list, Persona 3. Sorry about that. Persona 3. Okay. Love it. Absolutely love it. Persona 3, shit, man. The year just started and damn, this might be my game of the year. Um Shit, that game is amazing. So this is Persona 3 Reload. Never played the first Persona 3. The only Persona game I have ever played was Persona 5 Tactica when that came out. Ooh, was that last year or early January? That was last year, right? Wasn't that December? December, January, something like that. Persona 5 Tactica. Um, I'm not good at tactical games. I liked what I played of it. I don't want to be done with it, but I also forgot how to play it because it's been so long. So if I turned it back on, I'd probably completely forget how to do the tactical shit. And I just haven't gone back to it out of the anxiety of that, of just like, I don't want to start it over. So like, I don't know. Uh, so Persona 3 is the only Persona game that I've gotten this deep into. Like oof, I've put some hours into Persona 3 Reload. Um, I love the characters, which for me is big. I have to. All right, here's my thing in video games. I want to create a character. I want to create my person. I'm going to create somebody completely opposite of me, like because like I don't want to. I see me every fucking day. I stare at a camera all the fucking time. I know what I look like. I don't want to be me. I want a whole different personality. So I'm going to create a woman, a guy of a different race. Just I don't know. I'm going all out. I don't want to be me. I hate creating me in video games. I want to be somebody else, but I want to create them, which is why I don't like, and I'm getting somewhere with this. This is why I don't like first person games. I am more likely to never try your game if it's first person because I want to see my character. That's it. That's a weird me thing. I understand everybody's not that way. It's not a popular opinion. All that's fine. I want to see my character. I want to see them. That's me. There's very little games that are first person that I actually like. Very little games that are first person that I even tried. Like I want to see my character. Um, Persona. Oh, sorry. So where I'm getting with this is, if I can't create my person, you better give me a fucking character that I really enjoy, because you're making me play as this person. And Persona 3, I'm into the characters, which is my whole thing. I want to like the characters. I'm enjoying every character that I've ran across. They're really fun. Terrible with names. Once again, going back to my memory. My memory is god awful, so I'm so sorry I can't tell you any of these. Actually, yeah, I can. You know what? We're professional. We have Google. We have Google, and I don't want to spoil anything for me, so I'm gonna hope that I don't. Persona 3 reload characters. I'm such a loser for using Bing. Let's go to Google and do that. Persona 3 characters. Here we go. Well, maybe put reload, because this does not reload. Okay, so the tough part is here. Let's try IGN. I'm not getting pictures with the names. Okay. I like Junpei. Junpei? Fucking this name up probably. Junpei, I think. Junpei is fucking hilarious. Mitsuru, I like her. We probably could have done without, you know what I'm saying? We probably could have just gone without doing the names, because like I know them and I'm still gonna fuck them up. I like Yukari. Yukari, I think is her name. But Junpei or Junpei, I think it's Junpei. He's fucking hilarious. I like Junpei. He's such a fucking goofball. But yeah, I'm super into the characters. I'm gonna get out of this because I don't want to. I get weird about spoilers. Are y'all like that? I get really weird about, like, I don't want to see anybody that I haven't seen in the game yet. Like, I don't know. I'm very weird. I'm the type of guy who won't watch a trailer all the way through, and even if I do, if you give me a second and third trailer, I'm not watching them. Like, I'm really weird about that. I'm just like, oh, this game looks cool. All right, I don't want to know anything else until I play it. Like, I don't know. I'm just weird about that. I'm very, very weird about that. But yeah, I'm super into I did all of that just to get to the point of I enjoy the characters in Persona 3. Long way to get there, but I enjoy the characters in Persona 3 Reload. They're really fucking cool. I like them. I like the battle system a lot. Oh my god, I'm getting so excited thinking about this. Like, I want to get off here and go play it. I like the battle system a lot in it. It's so cool. So you get like, and I'm not a genius of Persona at all. So I'm not even gonna pretend to get on here and like say a bunch of bullshit. Like, I don't know a lot when it comes to like fusing the cards, and they have a whole thing about fusing cards and fusing cards with and the personas are in your cards. They like fuse this persona with your friend's persona, and like I haven't figured that out. I've read it like a million times. I'm just like, okay, I'm fucking dumb and I don't get any of this. So I just been fusing shit. I'm just like, oh, this shit looks cool. This shit looks cool. Fuse them some bitches together, and we got some cool shit. Like, that's, I don't know. I can't help y'all with the other shit. Like, go to IGN. They'll put all that shit out for you. But I fused some shit. Like, it happened, and I got a cool looking monster that does some more shit. Like, I can't tell you if it's better than the two that I had, but I got some shit. Which is overall just like, I don't know, it's just fun. Like, I got my persona. I have one knock on the game. I'm gonna get back to telling like a whole bunch of good, but to get to what I want to say next, I got to tell you the knock on this. This game does something. Trigger warning again. I don't know what's happening this year, guys. We're not gonna make 2024 about like self harm in these video games. Like, it's gotta stop. They do a thing where they take a gun, they shoot themselves in the head, and their persona comes out. It's weird. I don't. It's not like a thing that kills them. It's just like that's how you summon your persona, instead of like Pokemon where you throw a ball and like Pikachu fucking comes out, or like Yu-Gi-Oh where you put a card down and flip it over and fucking Blue Eyes White Dragon appears. For whatever reason, they went with a shoot yourself in the head and fucking persona comes out. And no matter how many times I've seen it, it is weird. Every time I see it, I just like, for me, only speaking for me, I still haven't got used to seeing it. It's just weird. It's hard to even like ignore that it's happening. It's just like, it's so fucking weird. It's so disturbing. Like, I don't know. It's so disturbing to watch them do it. I'm just like, oh, I hate this. It's so fucking weird to see it. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, Persona. Like you do that, your Persona comes out, but the Persona things are so cool. So like your enemies, when you're in the middle of attacking, like they have like this. You can scan them with L1, and if you already know the weakness because you've hit them with whatever attack, it'll tell you uh, what their weakness was, so you remember. So if you have a persona that knows fire and this person's weak to fire, you could use that persona. But you also have SP, just like any other game. Excuse me, that deals with magic. So like if you use it all, you're kind of fucked unless you have like um, items that to refill it. Uh, some monsters will be weak to fire, some to wind, some to just regular sword attacks, which I'm trying to get better at because I'm just burning through SP just because I just like seeing the personas are so fucking cool. Uh, so yeah, I seen like I don't have as many personas as somebody I've been kind of been watching. Um, so like shout out to Corey Missildine online. I should check him out too over on YouTube. I watch him streaming on Twitch, and like he has a few more personas than I have, and like one of them's just like this unicorn that's got like this real fucking creepy smile. They look really cool. Like the personas are really cool. The enemies are really cool. I love the enemy designs. They're really dark. Another thing I didn't expect from Persona, knowing nothing about it, once again, knowing nothing about the lore or anything about Persona is probably completely normal. I don't know because I've never played a Persona game outside of Tactica 5, like I was saying. Um, the game started out really dark, and like you sign your name on this book when you get into the dorm. When you get to your dorm, there's this creepy fucking kid. It's dark as hell outside. It's all dark and creepy. Coffins just floating in the air. It's bad. Kid is like, what the fuck is happening? Get into the dorm. The kid's like, hey, sign your name on this piece of paper. And you're just like, don't know if that's a good idea. Who the fuck am I signing this to? You know what I mean? Like, it's some real Illuminati shit going on. Sign the paper anyways, because that's what I do. Guys, if you're listening out there and you can make me rich, send me that paper. I'm signing. That's a joke. Sorry, I got dark. I got dark humor. Um, sign the paper, whatever. And then like the next day you go to school and everything it just turns into anime land all of a sudden. It's just like, oh, here's all these people in this school and like everything's all good. You got your regular, anime shit. It looks like a fucking anime. And then they hit what they call the dark hour, which is where everything gets dark and creepy. And it's just like this super dark, twisted, fucked up world. And the enemies are like fucking hands with masks on them or spiders with masks on them or whatever weird shit is going on. And it's just like, I love that, like, it's night and day literally, and I love it. Like it goes together so well. Like it's perfect how that goes together, because it sounds like something like, if you told me this I'd be like, oh, that sounds fucking stupid, but it goes together so well. I guess because it's very anime. Like it's almost, excuse me, Jujutsu Kaisen or something. Like it just does that. And I don't know. I'm having a really good time. Just like I said, with the battling is really good. Man, they got some really cool attacks. They also have really cool. They have like a uh tactical battle style that you could do too, where you can command this to do this. Once again, I'm not that good at video games, so I don't fuck with the tactical thing. I kind of just like, all right, you're up next, you attack, you do this. Like I don't know all that other shit. I don't know nothing about. You could buy and upgrade your weapons, or excuse me, I don't know if you can upgrade weapons. You could buy weapons, you could buy armor that are like better than what you have. So in a way, you're upgrading. But I mean, like, I don't know if you could upgrade the actual weapon that you're starting out with. I think you just unlock or find or buy more weapons. I've been buying them, but there's chests all throughout the game that you can get like items and things like that in. So it's a lot going on in Persona 3. I love it. The only knock I have on it is what I said about the shooting in the head is just fucking weird, and it just, I'm still like, it's just, for me, hasn't been something that I just can just look past. It's just every time I see it, I'm just like, oh god, this is disturbing. Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. That part of it is just, why? But I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can. I'm probably opening up a can of worms here once again to somebody who knows nothing about the other personas. with it being a remake, I don't know if you can. When did Persona 3 come out, the original one? Because I'm trying to think, like, I don't know if you could just change. Persona 3 probably has a huge following that's super into it, and it's probably one of those things of like, that's a big thing to change. And they probably 2006. Yeah, it was a different time in '06, which doesn't excuse it at all. It was stupid as fuck no matter what year they did it. But um yeah, that's a big change in the game that probably would have got a lot of people riled up. And I'm not on that side. I'm on the side of they could have just changed it and I'd have been fine with it. But once again, I also didn't play from back then, so I have no emotional attachment to that shit. It's just weird to look at. That's all I know. It's just weird for me to look at. I'm not saying I'm not judging anybody else's morals or saying that you should be hardcore on it or anything like that. Just me, it's just weird to see. That's all. But yeah, it is really cool. You could like build your relationships with your friends and things like that, and I think it's supposed to upgrade you somehow. I think it makes your persona stronger, like the closer y'all get. um I could be fucking that up. Once again, if I'm wrong in the comments, fucking tell me. I'm fine with it. I don't. I know that you got to upgrade. Like it's important for you to increase your relationship with all these different people. You can also join activities like jogging and swimming, I believe. I noticed in the school there's like an art room and all this other stuff. I think you can get into all of them after school activities, which probably introduces you to more friends. Like you have your party for these battles, so like you bring two others with you, and I don't know if it ever gets to four. Where I'm at right now, there's three people fighting. I don't know if that number ever increases. Right now, there's three of us. So like, you have your party and you help control them too, and you can also put them on auto to where they can fight themselves if you don't want to deal with three people. I like to control all three. Um, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I can't like I don't like telling any story things because I don't like getting into any kind of spoilers. So I'm sorry if it feels like I'm kind of all over the place. I kind of just want to talk about the things that I like in it, and the battle system that I think is really cool. But as far as like story things, I try not to ever talk too much about them because I hate spoilers. So I try not to do it for anybody else. I could just tell you that there's some dark shit going on and there's a lot of fun shit to do during the daytime. And killing the fucking dark things at night is fucking cool because the enemy designs are so fucking cool. And I love this game, and I want to play it more and more every day. And the more we talk about it, I want to play it because I love it. And with that, speaking of things that we love, we're going to jump into one of my segments here. I call it the album of the week, baby. And this week, well, every week, what I'm going to do is tell you an album you should listen to, and I'll tell you a little bit of information on it. For me, this week we are going to talk about, well, the album of the week is, oh man, and I'm going to fuck this up, and I meant to YouTube this. Look, guys, this is the thing about my channel. I'm going to be 100% with y'all every single time, right? I'm not going to edit this and make myself look good. You're getting exactly what you get. I don't know how to fucking pronounce the name of this album, or maybe I do and I don't know. I know how to pronounce it. I meant to YouTube it before I started. Once again, you're going to learn this about me really quickly. My memory is shit. Completely forgot to do it. It's an album by Kid Cudi, who is my favorite music artist of all time because of what he meant to me in depression and anxiety as a young black kid in America. But the album just came out this year, 2024. The album is called Insano. Possibly INSANO. Once again, INSANO. I feel like such a fucking dumbass. I can't pronounce that. I think it's Insano. Oh my god, this album's good. So it has a few songs on here that I'll tell you about. Porsche Topless, which is really fun. It's a really up tempo vibe. It's just a lot of fun. It's definitely a Friday, and I just got paid, and I'm in a really good mood. That's where you want to go. At the Party with Pharrell Williams and Travis Scott, another really fun record. Wow with A$AP Rocky is awesome. Get Off Me with Travis Scott is really good. So he did this one with DJ Drama. It's got a few songs on here. Like, I think overall there's one or two songs, probably two, that I thought was just like, oh man, I can't stand this. But overall, just the album as a collective is really good. The cool thing about this album is that Cudi, like I said, has meant a lot to me when I was teenager growing up with anxiety and depression, and at that time, especially in hip hop, was not all that popular to talk about. So when he came out with what he came out with, and I'm not saying he was the originator of it, because I mean Kanye West was talking about things other than gangster rap at a time. Andre 3000 was also doing so. He's not an originator, but I was really young when Outkast came out, and even though I was there for it and I remember it, I was a child, so like, you know, didn't hit me like it did when I was a teenager and Kid Cudi was out. And when I say hit me, I mean like emotionally. Uh, of course, I thought Outkast was fucking amazing, one of the greatest groups ever, because I love the music. But like, I was going through depression when Cudi came out, so um, yeah, just at that time period for me as a teenager, man, that was so fucking awesome. But he put out like a string of really good albums, and then it kind of got like not so good. And I hate saying that shit because I'm such a Cudi fan. I don't think he'll ever hear this, but if he does, I don't want him to think that I thought his albums were ass. Like, not what I want. I fucking love this guy. Um, but this album was just like, man, this shit was fucking great, and I'm so glad he's back. So once again, that's Insano by Kid Cudi. I'm gonna say Insano positively that I'm correct on it. That's what I'm gonna do. I have high confidence that the album is called Insano by Kid Cudi. That's what I think. So go check that out. Let me know in the comments. If you heard it and you liked it, let me know. If it's your first time hearing it and you like it, let me know. But there is so I watched a documentary on him, and then we'll move on to our next segment. But I watched a documentary on him, because why wouldn't I? And he said he was gonna quit doing songs that were depression and anxiety and things like that, because he wanted to get out of that space that he was always in, because he deals with depression and things like that. So uh I think that transition of him getting out of that, I think, is where, for me personally, I struggled to get anything out of his music for like the last few albums. But here, I feel like he hit that perfect strive of like happy music. Like, I'm in a really good space. I'm happy. And I finally figured out how to put that in musically to where it sounds amazing. And it still has two songs on here that deal with depression, anxiety, and things like that, which is really good. I'm glad he didn't abandon it completely. I feel like he did well with like, let's jump into some super exciting, fun, I'm in a good place music, but I still speak to people who are going through things. So that's Tortured by Kid Cudi. That's track 14, and X and Cud, which is XXX Tentacion and Kid Cudi, and both amazing songs. And it's just like, it's real high, and it takes you to that for a minute to let you feel some shit, and it's like, all right, let's finish out strong and get back to high. So Insano by Kid Cudi, check that out. Let's jump to news and topics. So we got a lot of shit going on in the news. Here we go. I wish I brought my water, but I didn't. So we're gonna thug this out. News and topics. Let's jump straight to Power World. Power World. I'm a little late on this because this podcast was supposed to come out last week. It didn't, so this news is a little old. I'm gonna give my quick thoughts about Power World. Number one, I realize I don't give two shits about Power World. That's that's where I'm at on this. Fuck the AI stuff, and like, did they steal this? Did they steal that? I got really into this game when I seen a picture of it. Once again, I'm somebody who doesn't watch trailers and shit like that. I seen a picture of like these Pokemon looking things with guns. I'm just like, oh, this looks badass. I can't wait to play this. Opened the game and I walked around for like 5 minutes and was like, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be, and I'm bored. Like, I was just at that level. That's not the shit on the game. People love it, okay? So it's like, you probably have a bigger chance of liking this than disliking it, and you should definitely check it out. I was just bored, and like, I was like, okay, maybe there's something I'm not getting out of it. So I watched like YouTube videos of a few streamers I like play it, and I was just like, I just don't think any of this looks fun to me. I jumped back into it. I played like 6 more hours of it, and I finally was just like, all right, I tried everything I could. I just don't like it, and that's fine. Sometimes we don't like games, and we bounce. But I don't need to sit here and tell y'all what Power World is. This game has been out long enough that I think everybody listening to this knows what the fuck Power World is. As far as my thoughts on things, like as far as AI and things like that, I think they came out and said they weren't using AI, and that is a team. I don't know anything about developing games, So once again, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. All right, I keep it all the way 100 with y'all. I keep it funky with y'all on this podcast. I'll never get up here and try to be somebody I'm not. Okay, I don't know shit about developing a game. I don't know what looks like it was AI that I can't tell you that they look like they're lying. I don't fucking know shit about putting AI into a video game. Like that, I don't fucking know. So I'm not going to accuse them of doing it. I'm not going to say they're lying. I don't know shit about shit. Um, so I can't say, like, as far as AI shit goes, I don't fucking know. It does look like they copy and pasted Pokemon. It does look like that. If they didn't, once again, they said that's an insult to their development team. I don't fucking know. If they did, here's my thing, yo. If they did, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just be honest, and maybe that's fucked up. If they copy and pasted, like, if Nintendo was small, like, come on, guys, it's fucking Nintendo and Pokemon. If it was a small, like, indie development team and they did it, I would look at it like the corporation, you know, trying to steal a brilliant person's idea. It's fucking Nintendo and Pokemon. They'll be okay. And if they're not, they'll sue and they'll be okay either way. And I don't give a shit. If Power World gets sued, they get sued. I still don't give a shit. Like, guys, these people don't pay me. Either one. You know who I agree with? Whoever pays me. But Nintendo hasn't done shit about it, so I don't fucking know. The game is weird to me because it's like, okay, the character you are looks like a Fortnite character. And then you jump into the world and there's Pokemon art style things. So it's like this Fortnite art style mixed with this Pokemon art style, and it has like this oddly really beautiful land that's just like you have like 8 different art styles going on in this game. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying it just threw me off. I was like, it feels like, okay, because check this out. One of the first things I did when I got into the game was you find this fast travel, and as soon as you hit the fast travel, it makes like a da-da-da-da type sound, and no shit, like I shit you not, the title comes across, like whatever the name of the area is, and like you're like, this is heavily inspired by Zelda, like heavily. Like if you ever played a Zelda game, you're just like, oh yeah, that's Zelda 100%. um the things that they do, like you have your axe and you're grinding like a tree or a stone to get wooden things. It feels like Fortnite um when you're hacking at things. Just like, I don't know, it just feels like here's the best way I can say this. I was telling a friend, anybody who has seen the movie Scary Movie knows what I'm talking about. I don't mean a scary movie, I mean the movie Scary Movie. It's like a parody. There's like 5 of them, I think. 5 or 6 of them. It's like a parody, and what they do, they like parody a bunch of horror films and make them funny. Like they're just like, we're gonna make fun of Scream and oh, what the fuck else they did? I don't know. They did a shit ton. War of the Worlds, like all kind of shit. Signs. Some of the movies are fucking funny too. I'll literally get on here and just start thinking about those scenes and dying laughing, so I gotta get on from this. But it's like a parody of a bunch of horror films. It feels like Power World was like, let's take some shit that everybody likes and just like throw this shit in here and let's let it be like this hilarious fucking cheesy parody world of shit. It's literally what it feels like to me. Like that's when I look at it, I'm just like, it's just a parody of Zelda, Fortnite, Pokemon. There's another game people said that it was like, I'm trying to see if I can remember. It may not be in here. I'm checking my Discord right now. Somebody was telling me it's a survival game basically. It's like a Pokemon survival game with guns. I don't know. The whole thing is fucking weird. But there's another game. I think it's Lost Ark. Could be wrong, but I think it's Lost Ark. They were saying. No, not Lost Ark. I'm sorry. It's definitely not Lost Ark. I can't remember what the name is. Lost Ark is some shit I played. I'm getting that completely wrong. I don't know. There's some survival game they say that is almost just like, so it's like, I don't know. It's like they parodied a whole shit ton of games doing that. So once again, I don't say none of this to like shit on the development team or make them feel like they didn't work hard or anything like that. I'm just saying what it comes off as when you're playing it, it's just kind of like, yeah, this feels like a parody of a lot of different games. But people love it a lot, so I hate to use this platform as a thing to get on here and shit on any game. I think people should go play it if you haven't played it. Like, the world thinks it's great. Like, it's doing crazy numbers. Like, I don't know, people love it. It's free on Game Pass. Not my thing. It's just not my vibe. And not even because of the parody and all that kind of stuff. It just felt boring. It looked boring, and then when I got in and started playing it, I was like, yeah, I'm confirmed bored. So I backed out. But I have weird taste in shit, so I have a lot of unpopular opinions on things that a lot of people like it. So go check that out. Let's jump over to this PlayStation Direct that I had in here. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not gonna break down the PlayStation Direct. I'll say like the Silent Hill 2 remake looks fun. Once again, I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna watch people play it. I need to watch people play the first Silent Hill. I've never watched or played any of the Silent Hill games. But that it looks interesting. It looks good. I do want to see somebody play it. But yeah, I'm not gonna go through the entire PlayStation Direct. That was the goal for today, and I just feel like that's some shit that I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, I start feeling real like journalist shit. A lot of those games I didn't give two shits about. I do want to talk about Death Stranding. Speaking of a game I don't give two shits about, I played Death Stranding 1 for the first time. I think it was last year or the year before. Never finished it. Once again, I'm super late to the Death Stranding train, so like when I turned it on, I had no idea what to expect. When I found out it was like a walking simulator, I was like, what the fuck? This isn't what I thought it was. I have zero idea what was happening in fucking Death Stranding. I have zero fucking clue what was happening. There were fucking babies, weird shit. I don't fucking know what Death Stranding was about. But people love it. It looked cool. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know what's fucking happening. Like, it's a walking simulator, which I didn't expect. The story looks like it's interesting as shit. Like, great acting, and the story looks interesting as shit. I just couldn't keep up with it. I was like, I don't fucking know what's happening. And the babies was fucking creeping me out. But I need to watch a video actually on what that game. Like, I need to watch somebody break the game down for me. I'm not gonna play Death Stranding 2, but I definitely want to watch somebody play it, and like I kind of want to know what's going on. I need somebody to break it down for me is what I need. But yeah, I'm gonna end up watching a video on that. Part 2, it just looked more of like, I'm not gonna play this, and I still have no fucking clue what's going on, but there's a fucking puppet that looks extremely fucking cool, and I'm all the way in for it. Like, I don't even know how to describe it to y'all. Like, the puppet's just chilling on the fucking shoulder, and you like take the fucking puppet and attach it to your belt or whatever the fuck. I don't know. There's some weird shit going on. It looks so fucking crazy. And if you haven't seen it, go look it up. Just look up Death Stranding 2 puppet, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's fucking crazy. I don't want to put it up because I don't want to get any copyright problems, but I don't know, it's crazy. One of the, like, looked like a nurse or a doctor or whatever the fuck she was. This is why, but y'all, this is why I don't do reviews, because like my review is whoever the fuck this person was with the fucking nurse shit on, like she looked like a fucking nurse. This is why I don't do reviews, because I can't tell you who the fuck she was. But like her little face mask was like hands. It was like gloves on the hand, like nurse gloves, and it was just like over her mouth, and like it comes off and like does shit. I don't know. It's so, but this is the thing about Death Stranding. It looks so entertaining, and I want to see so much more of it. I just don't want to play that shit. So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on the PlayStation Direct. Ta-da! I don't know. Shout out to PlayStation. No, they did look like there was a bunch of cool looking games in there that I'd be interested in playing. Nothing that like I can get on here and go into full length detail about. But it looks like there's some cool shit in there that I'd be down to play. But yeah, I definitely have to see what's going on with Death Stranding 2. So let's move on to something. Speaking of things, weird shit going on. The Florida Joker wants to voice himself in Grand Theft Auto 6. So I hate even talking about this guy. So the Joker guy, and I'm going to bring it up an article from GameSpot, I believe it is. Or it could be somebody else by the time I Google this. Anybody who don't know, we're gonna look at IGN here. There's a Florida Joker who real life got arrested for something I don't fucking know. Once again, we're not gonna give him that kind of light here on this show. So whatever he did, I don't fucking know. But he got like tattoos all over his face, and Grand Theft Auto 6 kind of did a parody thing off of him. He's mad about it, and he wants to get paid, or he's gonna take them to court. People said you're never gonna take them to court. That's never gonna work out in your favor. Turns out they were correct because now he is backing out of that and he wants to voice act them, and he said it's the right thing to do, this and that. I could have told y'all that lawsuit wasn't gonna happen. Look, GTA Rockstar, excuse me, is on their 6th Grand Theft Auto. They have been doing parodies to shit for years and years and years. They've been doing parody on things. They absolutely know the line of which they can cross and can't cross. I can promise you that if there was a lawsuit to be had, it would not be in their game. I'm telling you now, there was not a chance in hell he was going to get that lawsuit. I think he has talked to enough lawyers to realize he is in a losing battle. And yeah, it looks like he wants to voice act that. Let's see if we can find a paragraph of this that we want to read. I don't want to read the entire thing here because I'm already not a good reader. This is by IGN here. Wesley Yinpool from IGN. Make sure I get full credit there. Wesley Yinpool on IGN. The Florida's Joker is back, this time to tell Rockstar he's not going to sue over the character in GTA 6 anymore. I love how he's not going to tell them. He's just like, yeah, I'm not going to sue y'all. Yeah, we know, buddy. Rather, he'd very much like to voice the character instead. I can promise you that's probably not happening either. First, some background. Lawrence Sullivan, aka the Florida Joker, had complained about the GTA 6 trailer by threatening a lawsuit against developer Rockstar Games unless he was paid. GTA 6 takes place in the state of Leonida? Rockstar's version of Florida. And following the release of the record-breaking debut trailer, fans noticed several real-life references. Among them, what appeared to be reference to Sullivan, a tattooed model who gameplayed plenty of online attention. His mugshot went viral in 2017. He earned the nickname Florida Joker due to his green hair and face tattoos. Blah, blah, blah. Looks like there's not much of a story, much to the details. Not to knock on Wesley Yinpool here, but for us to just go through and read this entire thing, it's basically the guy got arrested back in 2017. He looks like the Joker. They kind of parried that into the game, and he was mad about it, wanted to sue. Looks like that's not going to work out for him, and now he wants to voice act. I don't know. He's really trying to just fucking... I'm sorry, I'm looking through these GTA 6 pictures now because that's more entertaining than this fucking story. Let me tell you. I don't know. It's like, dog, I don't fucking know. It's weird. It was a mugshot, dude. It's not like you had content that they stole. But yeah, I don't know. That's not gonna happen. And I think the fucking world told him that. I wonder how many lawyers he tried to go through before everybody was just like, dude, give up on this. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, good. You know what? Prayers to all parties involved. I hope he gets what he's looking for, but I highly doubt he's going to be voice acting in that game because I highly doubt that Florida Joker is going to be that big of a thing in the game. Like, I'm sure it's just like when you go into your home in Grand Theft Auto and you turn on the news on your TV, it's probably that. I don't know what he's thinking. I highly doubt he's going to be this very important character that has much to say in the game. So I don't know. He's trying to get his bag though. Are we mad at that? I don't know if I could be mad at him trying to get the bag, but there's not much to say about him. Good luck, Florida Joker. Let's jump on to more topics that actually fucking matter. Our final story here: Xbox is moving games to other platforms, and is it over for Xbox? So, for those who don't know, Xbox allegedly, I don't know if at this time if it's fact, but allegedly was supposed to be moving Starfield and a couple other games. I know that they are moving Hi-Fi Rush to the Nintendo Switch, but there's talk about Starfield going to PlayStation and Steam. Oh, it's already on Steam. I'm sorry. To PlayStation. Xbox fans are not happy about it. And I don't know. Look, let me say this to anybody who's upset about these things. I get, I 100% get, like, let's say Xbox said, Starfield's going to be on everything but Xbox. And you own an Xbox and you wanted to play Starfield and you're mad about that. I 100% get it. If you own Xbox and you're upset because you can't play God of War because you don't have a PlayStation, I 100% get it. Anytime you can't play a game because of the console that you're on, I 100% get it. I, for the life of me, will never understand how you're mad that Xbox is going to put a game on other platforms that doesn't affect you in any way whatsoever. For the life of me, I don't get why you're mad about this. If, let's say they do this and it fails, I don't even know if they can fail in this type of scenario, but let's say they do this and nobody ever buys a fucking Xbox again. Because everybody's just like, well, if I can play Starfield on PlayStation, I'm gonna get a PlayStation this time. Let's say the next consoles that drop, nobody on earth buys an Xbox. How the fuck does that affect you in any way whatsoever? That's the part of this that like blows my mind. And I realize this because like I've been playing video games my entire life. I'm new to the gaming community of understanding like, okay, I'm interacting with other gamers and like before I just played a bunch of games when I was a kid. I didn't fuck with nobody. Like even my closest friends don't play video games to that level, like Call of Duty, Madden, on their spare time. And that's not saying that those aren't gamers, because there are gamers who just play those games. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like they don't care about what's going on in the gaming space. Basically, they're just kind of like, okay, this is the platform, this is the console I want to buy, and I want to play this game on it, right? I just never get why people get that worked up about some shit that like literally has nothing to do with you. You don't get paid from it. It's not going to affect you financially. It's not going to do anything to you at all for them to do this. Like, I don't get it. It's so weird. But I realized this, back to what I was saying. I realized this in like, as somebody who's new to the gaming community, I've been in the wrestling community for a long time. So like, I realized like anything that you're into, whether it's sports, whether it's wrestling, whether it's Marvel films, they got a community. The Barbs, the Nicki Minaj Barbs. Gaming, everybody has like this community that's just like crybaby bitch over every little thing that happens. If you don't like something, they're pissed about it. If you do like something that they don't like, they want to bitch about it. Like you have to like whatever they're liking. You gotta cancel whatever game they want you to cancel because they're canceling it, and they don't want you to play this. You can't play this because of this guy, this, that. Like it's like this really toxic, if you really get into the social media part of it, it's this very toxic ass community and all of these things. It's just like any of my wrestling fans out there, y'all know about the Rock and Cody thing going on, and it's just like shit, like everybody's fucking flipping out because of how that's going to go. We'll get into that later actually. I won't bore our gaming audience who hates wrestling with wrestling talk now. We'll save it for the end of the show. I don't know, guys, I'll tell y'all the same thing I tell my friends, right? When we was young, we used to argue a lot about Kobe and Jordan, right? We used to have that argument all the time. Kobe Jordan, Kobe LeBron. Like it was like a big, more Kobe LeBron. It was more of a, this fight. I remember my brother got so mad one time he made me walk home from his house. And it was a like 40-minute walk because we got into it about LeBron James. Fucking crazy. Today at 32, I don't give two fucks if you think it's the best basketball player of all time. I have friends who call me and tell me how much they fucking hate Jordan and all this other shit. I'm just like, I don't give two fucks because Jordan doesn't put any money in my wallet. You don't have to think Jordan's the best player. Somebody can tell me that they think Steph Curry is the greatest basketball player of all time, and I'm not going to believe it, but I don't give two fucks if Steph Curry don't cut me a check. So why the fuck am I going to sit here and argue it for? Like, I don't know Steph Curry. He's not a personal friend, a family member, none of that, right? It's okay to be passionate about things you love. I don't want it to come off like I'm not saying you can't be passionate about things you love and to have conversations and all this other stuff. If somebody who's like, I think LeBron's the best, you can have a conversation about it. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying to get on Twitter and, oh, this is so fucking dumb, and I hate Xbox because they're putting this is so dumb. They're gonna lose their company. They're gonna fail. If they did, that's worst case scenario. Like that's not gonna happen, but let's pretend it does happen. Xbox fails because they put their games on PlayStation. Let's pretend that happens, and they fail from it. At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking affect you. Like it just, I just, it's just weird to me. I just don't know. Like I don't get it. Maybe somebody would have to explain it to me. We need like one of those call-in shows where people can call up and just and get their point off. Because I am always like down to listen. I'm not saying my opinion's always the right opinion. Like I just don't fucking get it. Like I don't get what the fuck you're so mad about. Like it's. I don't get it. It's just like whatever Xbox is doing, they don't pay you. I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I love PlayStation. I haven't really been into Xbox since the 360. I got the red ring of death shit, and I've never trusted them since then. I don't think they put out games that I give two fucks about, and I feel like they haven't done that in the last few years. I just bought the Xbox X. Look, I don't even know the fucking name of this thing. The Xbox X, I think, is the newest shit that came out with the PS5. I just got it because I wanted the Game Pass thing for streaming. And I know you can get that on your PC, but my PC is not the greatest of PCs, so I went and got like the actual Xbox to do this. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm having a good time with it. Like I don't know, like it's fine. I don't buy games on it. Like any game that I'm purchasing, I usually get it on the PS5 because I use that in my free time. But the Xbox I use for the Game Passing. It works perfect for what I'm using it for. And I'm just having a good time. But none of like I love PlayStation. I've bought like PlayStation since like I was a kid. I didn't buy it when I was a kid. Gifted it as a kid, and I continued to buy it as an adult. I like the PS5. I like their games that they like, their exclusive games. I like them. I think PlayStation Plus is good. I know a lot of people shit on PlayStation Plus. I think like the price of it is fucking insane. I hate the tier prices, but I think like they have a lot of really good games on PlayStation Plus. I think Game Pass handles that better. I think they get better, newer games, and I think that their price makes way more sense than what I'm paying for PlayStation Plus. The tiers thing is just fucking dumb as shit, but I don't know. Like, it's just like, I'm not going to get up here and do a PlayStation podcast. Like, they don't fucking pay me like to sit up here and brag about them like that. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. If PlayStation, like, let's reverse roles. If PlayStation quit existing, it would fucking suck because you love PlayStation. I'm sure y'all love Xbox, but it's just like, dog, once again, if PlayStation goes and puts God of War on Xbox, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't, it's not going to affect me or bother me in any kind of way. It's just like, now my friend, I do have a friend that has an Xbox. Here we go. My friend that has an Xbox can play God of War. Cool. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't know. It's weird. Like it's weird because you're looking at it like if it failed, like the money, like they're just gonna lose money. Like it's not gonna. It's a failed investment. It's not gonna fucking hurt you any. I don't know. I don't get it. I do understand why Xbox could be doing it, and I didn't. I don't like listen to I've never heard the dude talk about and by the dude I mean whoever the fuck runs Xbox. I forget. Is he Phil Spencer or Phil Spencer's PlayStation? See what I'm saying? This is why I'm not a journalist. Let's see. Is it Phil? I know the dude's name. I bet Phil Spencer's that PlayStation dude, isn't he? Fuck it. He is the Xbox dude. I should have just stuck with my gut. See? I should have been fake and stuck with my gut and just acted like I knew who Phil Spencer was. Okay, Phil Spencer is the Xbox dude. I always forget if he was the PlayStation or the Xbox guy. Okay. Phil Spencer, I don't even remember what I was going to say about him. Guys, I'm telling y'all, memory's bad. But here's what I will say. Here's what oh yeah, I don't listen to Phil Spencer, so I don't really like, I don't know shit about shit. But here's what I'm going to say. I'm quickly losing track of my mind. Yeah, I gotta do this shit quick and back out because I'm losing my shit. Oh shit, I forgot. I knew what was happening because it happens little by little. You just start forgetting where you were going with shit. I got caught up on the Phil Spencer thing and completely forgot where I was going with it. Am I done with the topic now? Guys, I might be done. I don't remember where the fuck I was gonna go. It's so crazy. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say about Xbox? I don't fucking know. I think we're done. All right. I do think it's stupid. I love this. There's no way in hell I would ever take something like this out. Like, this is great. I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. And we're here. So this stays in the podcast. I love it. That's it. If I have any other thoughts, I'll tweet it. I'll tweet it for y'all. Oh, that is great. I don't know. Let me give a real effort. Is there anything I needed to say about the Xbox and PlayStation thing? Maybe not. I think we're out. I think we're done. It was a really, you know what? I think this was the funny thing is, I think this was my hammer. Like my hammer for this. It's like my my home run. Like I was about to bury Bonzes out the park with this last point, and it's gone. I struck out. I struck the fuck out. On the biggest news topic of my podcast, I struck out, and that is fucking wild, and the most Anthony Stream thing that could ever happen. I don't know. Play whatever platform y'all want. Oh, I remember right before I was about to exit out. Okay, let's get serious for a minute. Xbox has been losing the console war, right? Uh, Once again, as somebody that's a PlayStation fan, console wars are fucking stupid as shit because it's a bunch of people fighting over consoles that they make no money off of. But let's say, like, it's not even a let's say, it's the honest truth. PlayStation and Nintendo have been out selling Xbox for a while now. Xbox has been failing to put out exclusives that people are really into. So that's been a thing. I think that they do other things right. I think they're acknowledging that, which is fine. Like that's okay for them to not be in the same lane as what PlayStation and Nintendo's doing. Sometimes when you're in the same lane and you're losing, constantly losing. Once again, I'm putting these in quotation marks. I think all this is fucking dumb. They're not losing. They're like making millions of fucking dollars, but like they're not selling what PlayStation and Nintendo are selling. So let's like say losing in them terms, right? I think that they realize that they're not producing the games that PlayStation and Nintendo are producing. I don't feel like that's mean to say. I think that's like obvious all across the board. I'm trying not to come off like a PlayStation fanboy right now. I think that they're like we aren't successful in that at the moment, and that's not to say that they never have been, because I know like when they were doing Halo and Fable and all that shit, that was a time. But at the moment, they're not doing that. So it's kind of like, well, let's do other things. I think they killed it with the Game Pass shit. I think they killed it with the Discord when they put Discord on the Xbox. They have done things with content creators and Twitch streamers and things through Steam that I think are dope. Them putting games on Steam when nobody else is doing is dope. I think they're revolutionary with the online stuff. I think they're revolutionary with sharing their games with other things. And I think that's why people who love Xbox. I think that if you keep running that race of trying to do what PlayStation's doing and Nintendo's doing, but you're not putting out the games that they're doing, either you got to step up your game with the games that your exclusive games that you're putting out by a lot, or you switch the lane a little bit. And I think switching the lane is fine. I think it's like, yo, we're not going to compete in that. We're going to put out a Starfield, possibly put it on Xbox for a few months first. I don't know if that's what they're doing. I'm just talking shit right now. But it's like, let's put it on Xbox for a few months, and then we'll release it on PlayStation and shit. And I think that they have been... Here's what I'll say really good about Xbox. I think they have been the least stingy of all of them. And I don't think that that's even like... I don't think anybody thinks that that's untrue. Like I feel like I'm not saying groundbreaking shit. Like this isn't breaking news. Like a groundbreaking opinion nobody's ever thought of. I think everybody thinks Xbox has been like the least stingy of everybody. Like they make dope shit, and they're just like, let's put it on everything. How about we'll do Game Pass? Put your shit on our Game Pass. Excuse me. It'll get to other players. I think they've done dope shit outside of like their exclusives not being so great. And I think that if they lean into that, I think that's a good thing. Like they have a better chance of passing and like succeeding with the shit that they're doing right now. Like they have been groundbreaking and revolutionary for a long time. Whereas PlayStation and Nintendo have done really cool shit, but their shit is mostly been, not saying all that it's been, but most of it's been just putting out amazing fucking games that we fucking love. Where Xbox is putting out games, and that's not the shit on everything Xbox has put out that's exclusive. I know there's some games that Xbox does that people really love. I know people who really love Starfield. Like it wasn't I didn't hate Starfield. It's not like anywhere near the top of my list that came out last year. But I mean, like it's okay. Like I know people who love that game, so this isn't just shitting on everything that they put out. But I'm just speaking as a collective whole, what the majority of people think about these games. I think that they'll do a better job leaning towards what they're leaning towards right now. I think that's the right direction to move in. So that's my opinion on it. I don't know. Do what you want to do. If you want to get on Twitter and act like a maniac about Starfield being on other consoles, then I guess, go have a blast. I just don't understand what difference it makes now. Like it was already on Steam. What is adding it to PlayStation at this point. Like they're gonna continue to put out consoles. Like I don't know. I don't get it. I see where like I get the opinion of like this this could hurt them doing it. I'm not smart enough to know whether it would hurt them or not. I don't fucking know. Like once again, I'm not gonna get on here and pretend to be somebody I'm not. I don't know whether it would hurt them or not hurt them. I just don't really give a fuck either. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it just doesn't affect me if it does fail. I hope they succeed at whatever they do. That's number one. I do hope they succeed in whatever they do. Because I want there to be options for people. I just if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like life goes on. I feel more bad about the people that got laid off through Microsoft and other things like and I don't mean to pick on Microsoft, like I do mean to pick on Microsoft, but not as in like they're the only ones doing the shit. Like I feel bad for people that are getting laid off across the gaming industry. I got a friend that got laid off. You know what I mean? Like I feel that's who I care more about, which is going back to like the Power World thing where I'm talking about like, oh, they're stealing from Pokemon and Nintendo. Like, yeah, I mean, if they are, then you know, Nintendo decides to sue and they sue them and shit happens and shit happens. Like, then I mean, you get what you get for stealing if that's what it ever comes down to. But we're talking about stealing from Pokemon and Nintendo. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I care more about the people that are under the establishment that are like getting laid off all over the fucking industry right now. Like, and you want me to cry about Nintendo? Like, if Xbox fails, you want me to be fucking crying about that? Like, I kind of care more about the people that are getting laid off. There's just bigger shit to worry about than these $1 million people. They're going to be okay either way. There's people that got released right now that are scrambling looking for jobs to pay their fucking bills. Like, so I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. If you don't like them, you can cuss me out in the comments or make your own fucking podcast and give your own opinions. You're more than able to do that too. That is going to do it for our news and topics. We are heading out towards the end here. I have thoughts on a few things. Do I have thoughts on a few things? I don't know. I don't even know if we're gonna keep this. I don't really know what to do this. Like, this is where I'm a bad podcaster, right? I have like these things I call entertainment thoughts, which is like, hey, on the way out, we should do this. I'm giving y'all like the whole tea. Like, this is dope. I fuck with this. Like, I think this is like the most real shit you can do. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't even know what to call this. I just put entertainment thoughts. So, like my Super Bowl thoughts. We talked about that in the beginning. I don't have any more thoughts on the Super Bowl. The Rock and Cody controversy. I don't fucking know. I'll talk about this real quick before I get out. Like the Rock and Cody thing. I don't know. That's just another thing. I don't want to go on a whole nother rant about people crying and shit. I will say, like, if you know, just waiting for that to play out. Well, okay, let's take it from the top for anybody who doesn't watch wrestling and still here listening to this. Cody Rhodes fought Rhodey. He fought some fucking body. Wrestle Rhodey. He fought Cody Rhodes fought Roman Reigns last year in the main event of WrestleMania. He lost. It was a big story because he was fighting for the championship that Cody Rhodes' father never won. He wanted to win it, and it means a big thing. He ended up losing. It looked like he was going to finish the story this year and go back to Mania. He won the Royal Rumble to do so. The Rock came back, and it was going to look like it was going to be The Rock and Roman Reigns. So everybody was like, oh my God, Cody's not going to finish his fucking story. You know, we're all going to fucking cry and get on Twitter and act a fool about it. And the world's fucking mad. But now it looks like Cody Rhodes is back in it after a press conference that happened. It looks like The Rock and Roman are going to be on sides. That's a weird way to put that. I wouldn't really call it a team, though. But they're family in real life, so I don't know. Looks like we're getting The Rock. Or maybe Roman and Cody at WrestleMania? I don't know what the fuck we're getting, but it was just like, I don't know. Why is this in here? I don't know, because I don't have a lot of thoughts on it. Hopefully we just get a good fucking match. I'm okay if it's Cody and The Rock at WrestleMania, Cody and Roman at WrestleMania, The Rock and Roman at WrestleMania. I'm fine. I'm fine with it either way. But WrestleMania season is coming up, which is pretty exciting. Hey, has anybody heard about that Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Part 2 coming out? So they did the first one. Let me do a quick Google search on this. They did a Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. The first one. Didn't watch it because once again, I'm not a horror movie fan. But part 2 is coming out. They got a trailer too. Trying to sell me some movie tickets here for some shit. I don't even know what that was. Looks like deep within the 100-acre wood, a destructive rage grows as Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, oh, poor Piglet, Owl, and Tigger find their home and their lives endangered after Christopher Robin revealed their existence. Not wanting to live in the shadows anymore, the group decides to take the fight to the town of Ashdown, home of Christopher Robin, leaving the bloody trail of death and mayhem in their wake. Winnie and his savage friends will show everyone that they are deadlier, stronger, and smarter than anyone could ever imagine and get their revenge on Christopher Robin once and for all. And this sounds so fucking stupid, but I get why people like it. Because if it, like, I love shit like this that's not in the horror film of that, because I fucking hate horror. But I love, like, the dumber you make this, the more into it I am. Uh, this sounds fucking ridiculous. But for anybody who hasn't seen the first Winnie the Pooh, which is also me, so I can't give you a whole lot to it. But the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is basically they got the domain to Winnie the Pooh because the domain on it expired. And they just kind of go around brutally murdering a bunch of people. Like you're just watching Winnie the Pooh just murder the shit out of people in some really fucked up ways. I'm actually looking at the trailer right now for the second one, and he's coming out of the ground like a fucking zombie. He looks very fucked up, and they are looking to kill Christopher Robin. So I don't fucking know. Let me know in the comments if you plan on checking that shit out. Oh, they showed one of the kills in the trailer. That looked fucking crazy, and it was a black woman on Black History Month. Even crazier. Yeah, I don't know. That's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, part 2. Yeah, won't be seeing that. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have reached the end of this podcast. I think I've given y'all everything that I had in me. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy this. This podcast is only going to get better as we go on, right? Like doing this podcast, I've already seen things. I'm like, yeah, we're never going to do that again. One being that last thing we just did with Winnie the Pooh, and the Rock and Cody Rhodes controversy. that will not be in the next podcast. 100%. We're probably going to find a better way to transition those things in. It's fucking terrible. But I hope you like this journey. Just like I'm just big me, y'all. Like I'm not a big I'm not a journalist, an analyst, story writer, none of that shit. All right. I'm just a guy with opinions who does this on a show. And I like it being real. Like that's just me as a podcaster and as a content creator. I just like to keep the shit 100 with y'all. I like to keep it real. I don't like to go and edit myself to look better or smarter than I am. You get what you get with me, and I hope that you like that. Thank y'all so much for being on this ride with me. Please do me a big favor. If you had fun today, go over to my Twitch and hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get those numbers up over on Twitch. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube, and please tell your friends about me. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to make a movement in 2024. This Anthony Stream show I'm going to be recording every Sunday. The plan for right now is to drop them on Mondays. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to go get ready to cook some wings and watch the Super Bowl. Truly appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next week with more Anthony Stream show. I am out, and I will see y'all next week.